Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, we are going to learn about data masking and how we are going to use the data masking in Salesforce and what is the need to use. So let's begin. So what is data masking and why do we need it in Salesforce? So as we know that in Salesforce we have full copy sandboxes and partial copy sandboxes. And when we refresh or create these sandboxes, the data and metadata it's going to get copied to the lower environments or sandboxes. So when this data gets copied, it will have the actual data that's in production. So that means the customers that are live customer information will be stored. Like the first name, last name, phone, address, we can store multiple information. But in many countries and many companies, they have rules and regulation that the original data should not be copied over to sandboxes. That means the real customer information should not be in the lower sandboxes. And it also creates risk of sending emails to customer. Salesforce only mask the user emails, but they will not mask the account emails and everything. So if we have built a custom function to send an email to account email, then when we refresh it to the lower environment, it would send the email to an actual customer. So in order to avoid this problem, we need to mask the data. Right. So there are multiple approaches to masking the data, and we will learn them one by one. And one of the method is to use the Salesforce standard package. Okay. And this is called as a Salesforce data mask. And this Salesforce data mask is not free. It's a paid version, so you need to buy a license in order to run this Salesforce data mask. And this is a powerful tool that the Salesforce provider provides so we can mask the data. So they provide us with some configurations where we can configure the fields um, and whatever the mask we want for that field. For example, account name can be masked with a random string. Account email can be changed with a random email. So they provide all this configurations and masking rules so that we will be we'll be able to easily mask those information. So here are some of the mask type that they provide in their standard package, like replace with random characters. So this mask type will replace the information into a random characters. Similarly, they have a lot of information, a lot of masking types that they provide, and they also will not run any flows, or when they are running this masking, right, after the refresh, they are not going to run any validation rules, or they're not going to run any flows, so they will take care of that. But in an other way, but sometimes companies do not want to buy licenses. Okay, they will ask the developer to like develop something custom, so you will have to build something custom. So let's see what is a best way so that we can custom build this masking system. Okay. For that, Salesforce something provides some one of the provides an interface called as sandbox post copy. Okay, if you go to this interface, you'll get more idea about what this interface is. So, Salesforce Post Copy is an interface that will allow us to run a particular Apex class after the refresh is completed. Okay, so when you try to refresh any sandbox, at the time of refresh, you'll get an option to choose an Apex class. Okay. And in that option, it's going to show all the Apex classes that implements this interface, post copy sandbox. So if you implement this, it's going to provide you with three methods. One is the constructor, and then you'll have two constructor, one with arguments, one without argument, and then we have a function called run apex classes. And whatever the apex classes you include in between this will be run. Okay. So if you are not able to understand how this implementation is done exactly, Salesforce also provides an unmanaged package. Okay, it's there in their app exchange. You can search data masking. Okay, and if you go here, you see there is a sandbox post refresh masking script, and this is a free version. Okay, this is an unmanaged package and it is developed by the Salesforce Labs. So once you go here, you can install this unmanaged package, and once you install this, you can go to setup and search for install packages in your org. So I've already installed it, and it will be installed in the name of SBX masking. So once you open this, you can view all the component it uses. I can click on view components, and you will have all the information about the component it uses. So this uses some metadata configurations, and based on that metadata configuration, it will run the masking. So if you go to metadata, custom metadata types, and if you see it has two configuration. One is called the data masking configuration, and if you click on the manage records, this package already provides with some uh, configuration already. So for example, if you click on contact email, it says we can give a label for this. This can be any label, and you can choose a object. For example, if you want to mask the contact email field, you can choose the object as contact and field name as email, and you have to choose the masking rule. So if I click on edit, you could see that there are multiple masking rules, right? Random date, random phone, random string, custom string. When you choose custom string, you need to enter the string here. Okay. And if you enter random email, you don't need to enter anything here. It will generate the random email. So same thing, you can create multiple data masking configurations, and then you can go to this post copy task. So post copies tasks are nothing but a list of Apex classes that will be fired. Okay, so they have made this as a dynamic functionality so that you can add multiple Apex classes and it will fire each Apex class. So let's go back to the install package, and if you go to this package here, you can see from the screen the steps. As I explained in when you create a sandbox or refresh, you'll get option to choose an Apex class. And here you see they choose SPX Post Copy Manager. That is the Apex class they are going to choose when they are refreshing or creating sandbox. And here they have a code, right, to run from dev console, and then they have data masking configuration screenshots. So if you see from here, this is the base Apex class. And if you go to this Apex class here, copy manager, we can understand how this Apex class works, right? As we gone through interface, this interface provides us with this run Apex class. um, method. Okay, so once you implement this, it will run all the Apex classes here. But as you can see here, they are using a factory where they get all the Apex classes from the custom metadata and they will run them. So let's see how this works. So if you go to this class, you will see that they have get workers method where they are querying the metadata and getting all the uh, metadata records. Okay, copy task metadata records, and each metadata record that they have, they are creating a instance of a post copy worker. Okay, so if you go to this metadata and if you see this post copy data maker masker, if you see this method, right, you would see that they have extended a post copy worker. Okay, this is an abstract class. So they've used this abstract class in order to run all the Apex classes that we have dynamically, right? So they create an instance of the post copy worker from whatever the Apex class we create, and then in the post copy manager, they call the process method of the worker. They call the uh, process method of the post copy worker, and they call the run method, and each data masker will have a run method, right? And this run method will call the database. And if you go to this database class, you will see all the different types of masking they use. As we saw in the metadata, we have different types of masking. So if you see from this batch class in the constructor, they are actually querying all the data masking configuration. In this metadata configuration, they keep the object name and field API name. And you can also see there is a run count. Okay, there is a run count. And in the start method, they are querying, they are doing a query list dot get of 0. Okay, and how is this query list getting created? If you go to SQL queries, you know that they are looping the data mask configuration, and they are getting the object name and the field values. Okay, so once they keep that information, they are running the masking here. If you see in the execute method, they will mask based on the masking type we choose. If we have chosen a random string, it will generate a random string. Random date, it will generate a random date. It will, if it's a random phone, it will generate a random phone number. A random email, it will generate a random email. So all this masking will be done in the execute method, and once the batch is finished, they will do plus plus of the run count, and they will check if this list which has object and its field, if there is multiple objects we have used in the configuration, then it will again rerun the batch. Okay, and once this is completed, the data would be masked. So you can choose any of this way to mask. You can either install the Salesforce package if the company is ready to pay for the license, or you can directly add this unmanaged package and update the code accordingly. If they are not allowing the unmanaged package also, then you can go through the code and you can create a package yourself. So these are some ways we can mask the data. So I hope you guys like this video. It was a tutorial on masking. I'll bring more tutorials in upcoming videos. Please subscribe to my channel, like and share. If you have any question, please comment. Thank you.